Scarlett Johansson and Disney settle the Black Widow mess. Have not been a fan of the way that Disney handled it. I think they should have figured out a way early on to just say, yeah, you know what, we don't have to get this we just don't have to go to court. You don't have to actually sue us. Let's get this straightened out. So the key points here: Marvel's star Scarlett Johansson, also known as Black Widow, says settled to the breach of contract lawsuit the Black Widow actor brought against the studio back in July. The explosive suit claimed that Disney had breached Johansson's contract when it released Black Widow on its streaming service, Disney Plus, at the same time as it debuted in theaters, and terms of the deal that they reached were not disclosed. So, why I think this story deserved to be brought up here. I am firmly in the camp of, is it really worth making somebody who has done a ton of business with you, has helped build, even if it's a smaller role in a extremely profitable franchise. From my understanding, it was $20 million that she was looking in damages. I'm sure they settled probably for a lot less than that. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I think Disney should have just did the right thing. I think that this is kind of a stain on Bob Chapek's tenure there. I'm a huge Disney fan. I got Mr. Fredrickson back here behind me, and it should not have been allowed or enabled to get this far, where it becomes a problem. So I wish that Disney had just handled it the way that they should have out of the gate, and not had to go and have this whole lawsuit come out about them. There was a quote here. So it says, I'm very pleased that we have been able to come to a mutual agreement with Scarlett Johansson regarding Black Widow, said Disney Studios chairman Alan Bergman in a statement. We appreciate her contributions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and look forward to working together on a number of upcoming projects, including Disney's Tower of Terror. Well, that's all. That all sounds warm and fuzzy, and hopefully Scarlett Johansson will decide to continue to work and be a valued member of the team. But yeah, it just doesn't. Let's see. I'm happy to. It goes on to say, I'm happy to have resolved our differences with Disney. Johansson said in a statement, I'm incredibly proud of the work we've done together over the years. And have greatly enjoyed my creative relationship with the team. I look forward to continuing our collaboration in years to come. Yeah, it was, and she be paid, BEE, paid $20 million for the film already. An attempt to make her appear to be someone they and I know she isn't. Yeah, I think that's one of the key things here is it's not a good look for anybody involved. It leaves a very bad taste in the mouth of people who want to be involved with Disney, who want to feel like they're going to be heard and that they're going to be taken care of and that contracts will be honored. And I get it, right? Like the changes happen. Changes happen all the time. Like with especially with the pandemic, and like things are changing, rules are changing, and all over the place. So I get Disney's decision to not put it into theaters at the time in which they needed it to go live, or they did put it in theaters, but it was also on streaming. But more consideration should have been given to the contracts in which they had, instead of just making. It's not like they just woke up at one day and was like, "Hey, like let's just release this movie and tomorrow." And stuff's done in advance, and I think that's the key thing is, like, when you're putting out your putting together, making a decision in your company, in your business, are you making that decision with all the key factors in mind and the bad press or bad PR that potentially could come because you didn't consider the lead star in your movie, their contract, and whether or not that was going to be a thing. So I think there's more of a black eye on Bob Chapek at the end of the day than Scarlett Johansson, who I really believe she was in the right to want to defend a contract. I mean, a contract's only as good as well as you're willing to uphold and defend it. Remember that for any contracts you're entering in, and yeah. So I think that I will be excited to see her continue to do work, and hopefully excited to see Disney honor their contracts going forward.